Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we're going to talk to you about an old movie, 101 Dalmatians from
Yay.
1961.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is a true Disney classic. They don't make movies like this anymore. The animation alone is such a delight, such a treat. It's a cute story, though it has some darkness to it, but I think it's a fun movie. And he had never seen it before. I'd seen it before. He'd never seen it before. I've seen the live action version, which I do not care for, but the animated one, the original, is really, really good.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before. I wasn't sure what to expect. I was actually surprised at the level and amount of darkness that goes into this story. I mean, you think you wouldn't be surprised about a lady who wants to make coats out of puppies, so it's going to be pretty dark. But I was actually surprised at how that was added to with other elements that made it kind of scary in parts and a little unsettling. And overall, I didn't care for it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, the animation was good. The
Yeah.
voices were good. All the actors and everything were really good. The characters were interesting. I liked all the animals with the various dogs that are involved in the story and how they have their own sort of like dog society and that all that stuff. But overall, I don't know that I would want to watch it again because it's sort of a really scary story at its heart.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure when the book was published, but I do know that I think it was probably in the 50s and 60s that literature really started getting darker for children, for adults, a lot of psychoanalysis in stories and novels of that time. You notice it. You didn't have it so much before the 50s, and probably even more now. It's more apparent. But you're right. This is a disturbing subject. So I think it's interesting. Cruella is the villain. I mean, she's the villain. And how they've made a live action with Emma Stone. And I do not want to see it, but I think they try to make it that she's not a villain.
Yeah, I was reading or watching somebody discuss that aspect, and I tend to agree with them that back in this time period, Disney portrayed evil as evil. She looks evil just by her appearance, and that's on purpose, and that has a reason to be, because they are trying to teach kids lessons through these stories, and one of them is that evil affects you physically,
yes,
as well as otherwise, and so I thought that was a big difference from today's outlook, where they make her Emma Stone, they cast Emma Stone, who's a pretty likable actress, and they make her this same character where she's more beautiful. And we didn't see that movie, but
right.
I expect she was, like you were saying, the character is somehow redeemed through this new story, her backstory of why she does what she does.
Right. Instead of just being the villain that she is. Because guess what? There is evil in the world, and there's people who are evil because they choose to be evil.
Exactly.
Even if they had good backgrounds, bad backgrounds, parents, no parents, education, no education, a person chooses a lot of times the path they desire to take.
Right.
And when you see even in her character in the animation of 101 Dalmatians, that she's mean to her school friend, she puts her down, and she really puts down her husband. She really has not Roger. I think his name's Roger. She has nothing good to say about anyone. All she cares about is herself.
Right.
So she's an evil, wicked, selfish, greedy, mean person. And who doesn't know people like that? To act like there aren't people like that in the world That's harmful.
Yeah, and she never gets redeemed in the story either.
No.
Which is very true to life. Some people never learn. And evil has its own sort of grasp on people that's very difficult to break through without God's help.
Right. So. And fortunately, it has a happy ending for the 101 Dalmatians.
Right.
And like we said, we really enjoyed the animation. The story is great. The characters are all believable. And like we said, we liked all the different dogs, but there's cats and horses who are also involved in this, and the journey that the dogs take, which we don't want to give that away, but it's a really good, engaging movie. So I like it a lot.
Has a lot of good lessons in it.
Yes.
I just didn't care for the overall tone. It was darker than I expected.
It is. Yeah. Well, when you're a kid, you probably don't notice that. It's like we said about some Christmas specials.
Right.
And now as adults watching it, I mean, that's probably what my mom and dad thought when I'm watching it going, oh, puppies. And my parents are going, oh my gosh, this woman is horrible. But I'm looking at the puppies. And of course, the song Cruella de Vil is the highlight of the whole picture.
It gets stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to warn you. It got stuck in my head. I couldn't get rid of it. So be ready for that.
So 101 Dalmatians, I like it. I recommend it. It's dark, but it's good to point. Our children need to know there's evil in the world, and not that we should always. Shouldn't be sugar-coated. There is evil in the world.
Fair enough.
And you have to choose your path. You have to choose your path.
Yes.
In spite of what you go through, you can still choose to do good, not evil.
Yes. Okay, there you have it.
Classic Disney.
Check it out if you have the stomach for it. That's it for us. We hope to see you again real soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.